Yo, beautiful people. It is Thursday, the 12th of October. Welcome to TDA, the day after, your favorite news platform and the home of popular culture, as defined by the culture, by yourselves. And of course, as per usual, you're hosted by the best. Brent, if you don't mind, can you pan around the room so everyone can introduce themselves?
I don't have cameras on everyone because obviously I know who's not here.
There you go. So at least the people can guess. And in fact, one person not here because of the people. Remember yesterday we were trying to get 200 likes.
Yeah.
So Esther could come back.
They didn't want her to come back.
You lot was acting like you don't know who Esther is.
No.
When she says she's not going to do something, she's not going to do nothing. Yeah. She's not going to do it. All right?
Very stubborn.
But stubborn with love, of course.
It's
you know what I'm saying?
When I say stubborn, isn't it?
Huh?
It's different. She keeps her word.
Exactly. Precisely.
Yeah, very reliable.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, before we begin, people, please hit the subscribe button, like the video, hit the bell icon. It helps with the algorithm. You don't know, we say it every single day, man. Also, share the video, man. I feel like a lot of people don't share the video, man. What do you think?
100%, but I'm not sure if it is that we've been asking them to share it too tough, though.
All right, well, we're going to start today.
And I'm still waiting for that whole Twitter thing to get locked in, because it's easier to just point them to that than anything else. But
true indeed.
Yeah, it's not their fault. It's never their fault, to be honest.
This is how,
I think we find ways to blame them for stuff. But it's never really their fault. It's never a good thing to blame the community that supports you.
This is true.
But we still find ways to do it.
Well, we apologize in advance for the future blame that we're going to put on you guys. But yeah, man, definitely please like the video when you're coming in. Hit the bell icon if you haven't subscribed already. And yeah, man, I think we can get on with the show. Yes. But there's something that you want to play for the people, isn't
it? Yeah. A listener sent this in to me. She actually called in yesterday.
Okay.
And let me see. There we go. Let me know what you think about this, Emmanuel.
Mm-hmm.
It said that when they tested the orangutan, they found out he only had 3 DNA series. When they tested the gorilla, they found that the gorilla has 4 DNA series. He's a little smarter than the orangutan. They tested the chimpanzee, which is an ape, and found that he had 5 DNA series. Then they went all into the different races of the world. They went into Europe and tested the DNA series of the English, the French, the German, the Spanish, the Russians, and found they had 6 DNA series. Then they put all of this, what they found from around the world, on a map. It's called the intelligence map of the world, because they tested 116 different human groups and found their DNA series numbers. All of them, all over the world, have 6. And they showed that the English have only 6, and it's all into Europe, only 6. Went over into Japan and China, and they only have 6. Over into America, with a predominantly European, and they only have 6. Then they came to Africa. But when they came to Africa, found out that the African people have 9 DNA series. From here, just below the Shanghai Empire, down to the foot of Africa. All those 10 nations, of which African Americans descended from one of them. We have 9 DNA series. The greatest possibility of genius in our group. Now, it's answered this age-old question: how can a people survive being told they're nothing for 400 years, never allowed to learn that they came from beautiful cities, and told they came from a jungle. How could a people survive? How can a people become champions in everything they touch? Because they have 9 DNA series, while the rest of the world has only 6.
It's powerful, man. You know, I would love to know like a bit more about that study though. So I can know what the DNA series are and you know what I mean, what they mean and stuff like this. But it definitely sounds interesting, man. I feel like with time, people recognize that there are fundamental like and physiological differences between us as human beings. I know a lot of the time people are like, oh, it's just one race, the human race, and it sounds beautiful, innit? You know what I mean? Unity, we need it and whatnot. But there are physiological differences that I think for some reason, those truths have been suppressed, right? And we know a lot of the reasons for that. But also, when we ignore it and try to homogenize all of it, we are, I feel anyway, dampening the genius of particular groups and trying to amplify and elevate other groups as well. You know what I'm saying? Nothing wrong with the elevation of other groups, but the dampening of other groups, that's the problem I have. You know what I'm saying? Because again, I mentioned on the show quite a few times about African people being the only people who don't have Neanderthal DNA. That's going to manifest itself in various ways, surely. You know what I'm saying? Even if it's down to, I don't know, the type of foods that have certain effects on our bodies, our temperament, all of these things are going to affect the way we respond to certain stimulus. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, this is definitely interesting, man.
Are you saying that, seeing as Adam was made from the dirt, then his skin was brown? It would make sense, right?
What, that Adam was black?
Yes.
Yeah, the first man was definitely black, man.
All right.
100%. Not just a black man, an African man.
Yeah.
You know
So
what I'm saying?
it makes sense that obviously any tinkering with the DNA from the fallen angels would have been tinkering with the original.
This is it.
All right.
This is
That's
it.
probably why there's 9,
Yep.
hypothetically or in theory. And then everything else just gets diluted.
Yeah. It's crazy. And you know what? Not to take it too far left, but you know, in Supreme Mathematics, right?
Too late.
In Supreme Mathematics, which is what Big Up the Nation of Gods and Earths, right? The 5%ers live by. 9 represents the number born. So again, these numbers are not like coincidental. You know what I'm saying? You didn't tell me about this video before. You know what I'm saying? I've not seen this video before. But 9, meaning born, right? Again, if we have that 9 series, what does that tell you about life? Where did it come from? It came from us. Everything was born from us. You know what I'm saying?
That makes sense.
This is it. And guess what the number 6 means? Equality. What does that mean? Potentially, another group is striving for what? Equality. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, you're saying that the others, the whites, are striving to be like the 9.
Potentially.
All right.
Potentially.
69. Fair enough.
But yeah, man, this is interesting though, man.
Yeah, I've asked her what the documentary said. She got it from a documentary. Well, she watched the documentary and then I think she knows the book.
Okay.
So I asked her, run it by me, and then I'll pass it on to you.
Dope. Thank you. Remember, this is Black History Month, guys. So I believe it's time we can get into our Black History segment. All right, so Black History Month. Lest we forget, right?
And you'll have to call in to keep us company.
Yes, exactly.
There's nobody here.
Firstly, if you don't mind, I know you don't mind, right? But I just want to big up the research team, man. Because again, the people, that's right. The people from the community, you know what I mean? They reached out and they wanted to be involved, you know what I mean? And contribute to the progress of TDA. So we've got, obviously we had 2 people who were part of the research team from before who are still here, right? Because we had to change, certain things changed up anyway, long story short. But again, the previous research team did a phenomenal job as well.
Absolutely
so
amazing.
love them, you know what I'm saying? Love them 100%. And the current research team are doing an amazing job as well. They've literally just fit straight in and everything just running smooth. I say all that just to say that the research that they've done for today's country is brilliant.
Crazy.
And today's country that we're going to shed a light on is the Bahamas. So for those who don't know, Columbus arrived at an island called Guanahani in the Bahamas on October 12th, 1492. And the first Columbus Day celebration took place on October 12th, 1792. So, see the significance to today, right? So again, big up to the researchers. The date of the independence, though, was the 10th of July, 1973. Now, obviously, Bahamas, at least to me anyway, I don't know much about the Bahamas, right? This is all new to me, and there's just so much history and interesting facts about this beautiful land, right? I'll start with, again, October 12th being the day celebrated as this Discovery Day. We already know that it's impossible for someone to discover a land where people are already there. But we know how the European is, you know what I'm saying?
Well, you can. That makes sense, no?
I mean,
you can discover a new people. Because discovery just means that you find something, right?
This is true, but we know the connotations, though.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? It's very condescending and arrogant, I think. You know, because they act like, oh, you know, we did this and did that. These times, a lot of the time, if you look at some of the evidence from people, some of our esteemed master teachers like Dr. Ben and Ivan van Sertima, who's talked about Africans already going to the Caribbeans from centuries prior to this, you know. And there's evidence there, but that's another day. But anyway, Bahamas, or Bahama, right, which translates to shallow water or sea, was given its name by the Spanish. It's also, did you know the Bahamas is a chain of islands?
Me?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. I didn't know that.
Okay.
It was a chain of islands that belong to the greater Lucayan archipelago in the West Indies, right? And this particular archipelago, it has nearly 700 coral islands. 700. But only 30 of them are actually inhabited. Crazy. This is probably why a lot of these like Hollywood stars and stuff like just be buying islands.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? There's just so many that's, you know, available, I guess. Most of the population of the Bahamas is of African descent. There is a small but significant minority of mixed European and African heritage, and a similar number of descendants of English pioneer settlers and loyalist refugees from the American Revolution. But for the most part, they are of African descent. English is also the only language that's native to the Bahamians. English, you know. And yeah, although because of the influx of Haitian immigrants since the mid-20th century, French or Haitian Creole vernacular is also spoken on the island as well. The country's rate of population increase is much higher than the Caribbean average. So I don't know, man. If you go in there, it looks like there's something in the air, man. You start procreating. I don't know. The Bahamas also is beloved for its nearly green, transparent water. What's the sea like in Trinidad?
Beautiful.
Okay.
Is that what you're looking for?
Yeah, or like, because you know, I think I mentioned it on the show before, but I've always heard that Negro, I think it's Negro, in Jamaica, and also like the sea in Mexico is just like basically transparent. It's like some of the most beautiful, yeah.
Look, these are some of the pictures.
This is why people be going there all the time, man, for holidays.
Yeah.
Sick. Bahamas also is home to one of few pink sand beaches, you know. Pink sand. Yep. And there's apparently only a handful of these beaches in the world, and Bahamas lays claim to one of the very best. It's actually called Pink Sands Beach.
Whoa.
Yeah. There you go.
Wow.
It's called Pink Sands Beach.
I wonder how that happened.
Well, funny you ask that. The pale pink color is caused by microscopic coral insects with pink and red shells. Yeah, so I guess when the sun be reflecting off of that, it gives us this pink hue. Yeah, man. Beautiful place. Yeah. The island is also world renowned for its pig beach. So basically that gets its name from the Exuma pigs. this particular beach only has pigs on it, exuma pigs. Obviously, like I said, there are a few like stray cats and goats and stuff, but there are an estimated 20 to 50 pigs and piglets on the swimming pigs beach. Yeah, there you go. Apparently, the pigs are feral, but they are incredibly friendly, as you can see from the pictures.
What does feral mean?
Wild and
What, friendly?
yeah.
Because I had to ask you what in my head feral means wild.
Exactly. Maybe they've got no permanent residence. That's maybe what they mean.
All right.
I don't know.
Homeless.
Yeah.
All right.
Also, Bahamas is a popular Hollywood film set. So dozens of Hollywood movies were actually filmed in the Bahamas over the years. So Pirates of the Caribbean was filmed there. Casino Royale as well, that was filmed there. Thunderball, Flipper, Holiday in the Sun, all of these were filmed in the Bahamas. And when we speak about their flag as well, the two aquamarine stripes, it represents the water that's surrounding the islands. The islands, yeah. The yellow stripe represents the sand and other rich land resources. And the black triangle represents the people. And of course, the strength of the people. So yeah, man, big up the Bahamas, man. Big up the Bahamas. I feel like it's a place I want to go to now. I never actually cared too much about Bahamas, to be honest with you. But
So why do you want to go now?
It just seems quite interesting, man, and very a place where that seems quite unique. So if you go there, you feel like, oh, this is a part of the world that it's not really like other places.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man, it seems like very interesting.
You never
place
wanted to go to Trinidad because of that same set of reasons?
No, I wanted to go to Trinidad.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? But Bahamas was never a place I ever thought, you know what I'm saying? Like, even if you told me like top 20 places in the world, I probably wouldn't mention Bahamas. You know what I mean? But yeah. Anyway, let's get on to their food and their dishes, their notable food and dishes. And they've got something called conch salad, which is basically... Oh, you know, yeah?
Oh, my goodness. Yeah, I watch a lot of food review videos on YouTube. And that conch salad looks wavy.
Serious?
Yeah.
I never heard of conch before. Apparently conch is a sea snail.
Yeah.
Yeah, so pretty much like seafood and vegetables, people. Have you heard of Johnny cake?
Yeah.
So that's a cornmeal.
It's like bake.
Yeah.
Fry bake.
Yeah. So it's like a cornmeal flatbread. Well, like Brent just said, it's like bake.
I'll show you all the Johnny cakes. Hold up. All right. Obviously. Okay. They're not really doing it justice, man. But it has pineapple in it too.
Oh, is it in the salad?
Yeah.
Oh,
so they chop up the snail or whatever, and then they mix it with herbs and a few vegetables, and they put the pineapple in there, and then they put lime and stuff, and they say, "Here you go."
Okay.
And my mouth was just salivating, and apparently it gives you virality.
Serious?
Yeah. It stiffs up the willy. Apparently it looks proper.
Serious?
I'm telling you. But I can't tell you, I don't know. Yeah, Johnny Cakes.
I think pineapple goes with every, you know.
Yeah.
Are you one of those who likes pineapples on pizza?
Yes.
Same.
Yes.
I understand people who don't like it.
Some people like vomit when I tell them. I was like, what are you talking about?
Nah, man, I love it. Every single pizza I have pineapple on it.
That's the Johnny cake.
Johnny cake.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm telling you.
But you know, like the bake that you make, yeah.
Yes.
You know how you can cut it and
You can do this here.
Oh, you can do it here as well.
Look,
Okay.
You can see it. You can cut it.
Oh,
You
yeah,
can put
yeah,
cheese
yeah.
and stuff in.
Okay.
Yeah, you can do the same thing.
Okay.
But it's Moorish. You just nom.
Okay. They've also got something called pigeon peas and rice.
Oh my goodness.
Pigeon peas.
We have that too.
Oh, is it in Trinidad?
Yeah.
What's it like?
Pigeon peas and rice.
Yeah, but what's it? Is it like rice and peas?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
Because it's rice and peas.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
So is the pigeon pea just
The
a type
pigeon
of pea?
peas is a different. Yeah.
Type of bean. Okay. I
Yeah,
get you.
but it's nice.
Okay.
Put some coconut milk in this.
Okay.
Yeah, nice.
And they got grits as well,
Okay.
which is quite popular, I guess. Which is a type of porridge for those who don't know. Notable people. There are quite a few people from Bahamas, you know. Okay. Looks interesting.
Yeah.
I definitely would love to try that.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. So notable people. Guess what? You remember Kimbo Slice?
Yes.
He's from Bahamas, man.
Serious. That was an angry man.
That's what I'm saying, man. Rest in peace to Kimbo Slice, man. Legendary guy. Calvin Lockhart, who was the actor who played Biggie Smalls in Let's Do It Again. In the 1975 Warner Bros. Film Let's Do It Again. Calvin Lockhart. Johnny Kemp. He's a Grammy-nominated singer-songwriter. I believe he did the song Just Got Paid from the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles soundtrack. Elisha Obed, who's basically the only professional world boxing champion in history to come from Bahamas, man. So big up Mr. Elisha Obed. And this one here, I did not know, but this is a legendary black actor by the name of the great Sidney Poitier.
Yes.
And for those who don't know, he was an actor, film director, diplomat. I believe he's the first black man to get an Oscar.
Yeah, he's the everything man.
Yeah, 100%. And in 1964, like I said, in 1964, he was the first black actor and first Bahamian to win the Academy Award for Best Actor. Man. I think he lived into like his 90s, right?
Yeah, he's still alive.
Is he?
No, but he is.
Oh, yeah.
He's immortal, isn't it?
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
Without him, there's no Denzel. There's no...
None of that.
You know what I mean? There are a few people of Bahamian descent. So I guess that, they mixed and whatnot. Lenny Kravitz.
Wow.
So Lenny Kravitz is also from Bahamas, or at least Bahamian descent. Tia and Tamara, from Sister Sister, Tia Mowry Hardrick and Tia Mowry Housley. Omar from The Wire. Yeah, Michael Kenneth Williams. Okay. He's also Bahamian descent. I saw him do a DNA thing, DNA test.
Yes.
I saw him do that. I believe he said like his DNA goes back to. Oh man, I've forgotten it now. I shouldn't have said it. I forgot. I can't remember. What was it?
Do you get angry when it is that you start something confidently and then you forget?
Yes.
Yeah, you be forgetting stuff.
It was right there, man. Because I remember I could see him right now, like tearing up when he found out where it was. Because basically the story behind it was one of his friends, who's an actor. I believe his name's. You know the guy who Black Panther, the brother who got left behind. Not who got left. Basically, the brother of the king in Black Panther, right? I think it's him, the one whose son grows up to be Killmonger.
Yes.
I think it's him anyway. He and Michael K. Williams like are tight, like probably like we're tight, right? And he found out his heritage, and he was like, "Yo, I think you need to this, that, and the third." And it was so emotional for let me just call him Omar, man, right? For Omar, because when he found out, he realized he was from the exact same tribe as this guy who was like his tight friend. You know what I'm saying? And so like both of them was like, yeah, like we're connected. Yes, now, but in some type of way, our spirits are connected from, you know what I mean, via our ancestors as well.
Still in Kibron?
If I see him.
Nightfall just said still in Kibron.
Okay.
Let me see.
And while you're looking that up, Katrina, I don't know why I said Katrina Taylor, but anyway, Trina.
Him?
Yes.
He's from the Best of Us, not Best of Us.
All of us.
This is us.
This is us. This is it.
us.
That guy. Yeah.
Fantastic actor.
Yeah. Is it him? Yes. I believe it's him. So yeah, it was like a documentary thing that they were doing where they got like a famous, notable African Americans to do their DNA. So Erykah Badu was on the show as well. I believe he was. I'm pretty sure it's him. And obviously, Omar from The Wire as well, man. But yeah, big up Bahamas, man. It's beautiful place. Beautiful place, man. But yeah, that's pretty much it.
Okay. Is the researcher from the Bahamas?
I don't think so.
You just did a thumbs up.
Who did? Me?
Yeah.
Okay. Yesterday, didn't it do like a bubble?
Do one thumb.
Okay.
That does
okay.
that. The two thumbs is the fireworks.
Okay.
The peace sign is that.
Okay.
Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, yeah. No, the bubble.
What bubble?
The one-handed one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because I remember that.
Alright.
But yeah. All right, man. Big up Bahamas. Then we can move on to our headlines.
So what's the first Caribbean island you're going to, and why haven't you?
I've been, you know.
Serious?
I went to Jamaica, man.
Cruise?
No, I haven't been on a cruise.
All right.
I went to Jamaica. I went to Negro, man. I'm pretty sure I'm pronouncing it right. I think I am anyway. Yeah, I went there for like a few days. When was this? It's many moons ago.
Just a few days?
Yeah, because it was the same trip I went to LA, I think. I think so. No, I think it was Miami. Yeah, I went to Miami. And then Miami, I went to Jamaica. And then back to Miami and then back to London. Something like that.
So where's Jamaica? Oh, Miami, then Jamaica.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right. But yeah, man. Okay, so our first headlines. Turkey's president, Mr. Erdogan, has condemned Israel's blockade and bombing of the besieged Gaza Strip, and he's called it a massacre. Speaking to the members of his ruling AK party in parliament on Wednesday, Erdogan said even war has a morality, but the flare-up since the weekend has been very severely violated that. He also said preventing people meeting their most fundamental needs and bombing housings where civilians live, in short, conducting a conflict using every sort of shameful method is not a war, it's a massacre. We openly oppose the killing of civilians on Israeli territories. Likewise, we can never accept the massacre of defenseless innocents in Gaza by indiscriminate constant bombardments. Erdogan criticized Israel's disproportionate attacks on Gaza as devoid of any ethical foundation, and he called on the world not to blindly take one side. Leaving the underlying issue unresolved would lead to new, more violent conflicts, he warned. He also went on to say, we call on countries in the Americas, Europe, and other regions to take up a position between the parties that is fair, just, and based on humanitarian balances. Everyone should refrain from acts that will wholly punish the Palestinian people, like blocking humanitarian aid. Turkey, which has backed Palestinians in the past and hosted members of Hamas, has been working to mend ties with Israel after years of animosity. Unlike the European Union and the United States, Turkey does not consider Hamas a terrorist organization. By the way, Brent, did you know, BBC was getting a lot of backlash for not labeling Hamas terrorists?
Serious?
Yeah, just yesterday, I believe. I was watching, what was I watching? Talk TV or something like that? The same one that Piers Morgan's on. So one other host or presenter was speaking to one Jewish lady who represents some of the Israeli community in London. And she was talking about, obviously she was talking about the attacks on her people and this, that, and the third, but she kept badgering on about the fact that we need to put pressure on the BBC to label Hamas terrorists, because if they don't, then this, that, and the third, this, that, and the third. And then I heard it this morning when I was listening to another platform, and they were talking about, the BBC refrained from doing that. And so basically, someone from the BBC came out to say that by us labeling them terrorists, we are taking a side. And we're not trying to take a side. We are journalists. We're just trying to give you the information, which is kind of brave from the BBC, because I wouldn't have expected them to take that stance. You know what I mean? But yeah, that's what's going on, man.
That's very interesting.
Next headline, Gaza officials said that Gaza's only power station has stopped working after the fuel needed for generating electricity ran out on Wednesday. The head of the Gaza Power Authority, Galal Ismail, was speaking to CNN, and he said that Gaza is currently without power. The power plant shutdown comes 2 days after the Israeli government said it would order a complete siege of the Palestinian enclave, closing off access to electricity, to food, to fuel, and to water in response to the surprise attack launched by Hamas on Israel that killed at least 1,200 people. People in Gaza still use power generators for electricity, but with a blockade on all sides of the border, the fuel needed for those generators to work is running out. The Palestinian Health Ministry warned that hospitals are set to run out of fuel on Thursday, today, leading to catastrophic conditions. And the last headline brings us back to the UK, man, where there's some hostilities happening in Sheffield, man. So a security review is underway after a protester removed an Israeli flag from Sheffield Town Hall during a pro-Palestine rally in the city. Footage posted on social media showed two people scaling the 60-meter tall building during a demonstration on Tuesday evening. The flag is seen to be thrown from the landmark Victorian building and replaced with the Palestinian flag. Obviously, everyone that was gathered below was cheering. So the council leader, Tom Hunt, said, everyone has the right to safe and peaceful protests, but we cannot support the events that took place during the protests outside Sheffield Town's Hall. Protesters put themselves and others in serious danger. We are a city of sanctuary, and this is not what we stand for. He also went on to say that there are strong feelings about the situation in Israel and Palestine, but we ask everyone to show respect and tolerance at this time. Our thoughts are with all of those affected, including here in the UK. Terrorism is never justified. We call for peace and an end to attacks on innocent people, innocent men, innocent women, and children in Israel and Palestine. And that's it for the headlines. Let's get into the People's Journal. All right, people, welcome to the People's Journal, where I give you the news from an economics point of view.
Have you pictured yourself with grey hair,
Nah, man.
grey beard, and sitting on a chair speaking truth to power? Are you going to be one of them people?
I don't know, man, because I don't think I'm going to get greys.
Oh, someone going to kill you?
Nah, I just don't have the grey gene. You don't have the grey gene either, though.
What?
Have you got greys?
Wait, that is two different questions.
Oh, yeah. Okay, I see what you're saying.
In my family,
Yeah,
we have white.
that's true.
Yeah, like proper white. I'm looking forward.
He's talking about white hair, people.
White hair, yeah. I'm looking forward to having full on white hair, white face, and all sorts. Just the official hair. Obviously.
To be fair, I would always prefer like greys, white hair, over being pulled, being bald.
Pulled and bald.
Yeah, like headline back hair. You know, like Mr. Douglas. Bit R.I.P. Mr. Douglas.
Okay.
Because I don't know, it's more sophisticated, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, the grey hair, man.
Yeah.
100%.
But you don't think that you're gonna have grey hair?
Well, to be fair, my dad's got grey hair, innit? But
That's how it works when you get older.
Yeah, but you know, a lot of people our age have grey hair already.
That's because of the stress levels.
I guess so, but yeah, I guess so.
I was I met Carl last week, the week before, and he's a little like younger than me, right? Mm-hmm. And I'm looking at him, and he's got greys at the top, greys in his bed. I'm thinking, bro, you must be stressed.
I told you.
And he's like, yeah. I'm like, bloody hell, though, man.
But I think it's also the gene thing, because like
Daryl has it. Stephen has a couple.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Stephen, they got you, man. God damn it.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, a lot of people I'm noticing like even from like 30 have at least like one or two somewhere. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know, man. It's weird. I don't think Mark's has got any. You ain't got none. I ain't got none.
Yeah, but what I was really saying is, would you be still producing content, speaking truth to power? Would you be that person? We just watched that video. Mm-hmm. And I know obviously all of your favorite doctors and speakers and whatnot, they do videos where they do speeches and presentations and talks and this and that.
Yep.
Would you be up for?
Yeah, 100%, man. I feel like when you're part of it, like there's always going to be something that you can do. You know what I'm saying? Like if Fela was here today, I feel like he would definitely be out here talking to the people. You know what I'm saying? You got people like, again, the great Wale Soyinka, who was a great playwright, author, but like from back in the day, but he's still talking and representing Yoruba people and Nigerians and just humanity worldwide. You know what I'm saying? So many people. So yeah, man, definitely. Until the work is done, I guess.
Would the work ever be done?
I mean, I guess that's why we work, isn't it? In the hope that you would see it get done. You know what I mean? Or at least you take it as far as you can for the next generation to do something, man. But
smell nice. Smell nice.
You say nice, but the face you're making doesn't describe that. But I'll try. You don't like that one?
It's offensive.
Why? It's not the same as a lot. What actually is? Was it?
It's in the same ballpark as the ones I don't like.
kind of. But I'm missing a mix.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Yeah, the sweet.
It's an important. Yeah, there's a sweet mix that makes it all combine together. It's like when you're baking a cake. You miss that. What's the flour? That's it. That holds it together.
Yeah.
There you go. I'm missing the flour, but I'm just.
It's a very, very important ingredient.
I'm working with no flour at the minute. It's crazy.
Sorry, man.
Sorry. Yeah.
Well, I forgive you. You should be saying sorry to me because you're in a confined space now, innit?
Confined space.
Yeah, and I'm smelling it
That's a
heavy.
bit too much.
A lot.
There's not other smells in the room.
It isn't.
Sorry, I can only apologize for that. I'll make sure it's a bit lighter.
Thank you very much. I appreciate that.
Bring the flour next time.
Appreciate it. Again, thank you very much for coming in.
Yes.
I hope it is we see more of you much more of you in the future.
That is the overall plan. That is the do more, see more, and all that stuff kind of thing. It's funny, me and Yellow Man were talking yesterday. Interesting conversations. Yeah. So it's very insightful and stuff, and just I feel like I'd like to. Don't get me wrong, we're here to talk and stuff, but obviously you learn more by listening and watching. Because when we were in school, we were meant to be quiet because we were meant to be listening and learning. So, as much as I'm up here, it's always I feel like I can never stop learning. If that makes sense. So, that's just important for development and where we're going in general.
So can you just raise it?
Sorry, Thank
you. Where were you? Sorry, Manuel.
Yes, we're just talking about the
Fella.
economy.
Who's that fella?
Oh yeah, we mentioned fella. Yeah, but yeah.
I saw a dope painting of him yesterday. It was just, it was mwah, type thing. Yeah, I was at some art gallery.
Okay.
I was getting into my art mode. I was getting into my art mode and I saw it and I was like, wait, is that fella? I was like, who painted this? So, it was dope still.
It's so interesting because I never know if you picked up this cultural pastime for chicks or if it is chicks just happen to be there at these events.
As in, no, I was going to support my guy, Chris Constable. Shout out to him, and he's a painter basically. And me and Andre known him since school. Like we're all friends basically, same area.
Who's Andre?
Oh, sorry, Yellow Man Moggs, aka.
Don't do that either.
Sorry, you know what it is. Yeah? I forget that people know him by. You know how bad it is. After we were all out there talking, and some guys rolled up here, and my guy noticed there was some guys just watching us for about 30 seconds and was smiling. And we're like, oh, look, it's because they probably know Moggs. Then we started taking a piss. Oh, look, there's Moggs. Hey, Moggs, well gone, cuz. No behaviour to the world. But obviously, we've all been to school together. Yeah. And he was doing painting at art gallery and just went to support type thing. And then it was just good. And I'm telling him he needs to do more. And I just saw the whole fella cutie thing. But no, I don't care about the women that go there. What are you trying to say? That guys go to art galleries to pick up women?
No, just you.
Oh, me personally.
Yeah,
okay,
because obviously, when I first got introduced to you, it was through them kind of ridiculing the fact that it is that you are open-minded and you are culturally inclined and this, that, and the next. Do you understand?
Yeah.
So when I now see you in these spaces, I'm thinking, are you doing this to let the women know, hey,
I'm here.
Hey, I'm a cultural guy, you know?
No, I actually like art. I think it's and it's subjective to however you see it, because how you see it might be different to how someone else sees it. So I got another guy that was with us yesterday, Monkey, and he doesn't do art galleries or anything.
What did you call him?
His name's Monkey. Okay. We call him Mumbo, but he doesn't do art galleries or any of that stuff. So it's different. It's like a first time coming there then we're all just there. There's about 5 of us huddled around a piece of art, and I'm asking them, so how do you see this? Like, what do you see? Type thing. And he's looking and saying, I see blue colours, I see black colours, and I'm saying it's different for them. So, but for me, no, I like art. You have to be open minded. Yeah. Because if you're not, then you can't be narrow minded your whole life. How do you evolve? How do you change? How do you try to get to the next level, whatever that might be for you? That might be a construction company to owning the construction company. We don't know. The streets to actually work in. The transformation for everyone is different. Everyone's journey is different. And this is what I was saying to Mark yesterday about the importance of not pocket watching or being envious or X, Y, Z, and supporting people. Because some people will never win because they don't know how to champion others, and that's important. Like, how can you can't be wanting help, but you can't, give help or give support. The least you can do is support someone. So, yeah, that's my little thing on that.
Thank you.
Yes. So, first thing I wanted to mention, is about the UK economy, man. It grew.
Again.
It grew, man. Yes. Only by 0.2% in August, but still, it's better than, contracting. So, according to the ONS Director of Economic Statistics, who's Darren Morgan, ONS is the Office for National Statistics, he said that our initial estimate suggests GDP grew a little in August, led by strong growth in services, which was partially offset by falls in manufacturing and construction. But then he went on to add that the economy has also grown modestly over the past 3 months, right? Mostly led by car manufacturing and sales, as well as the construction sector. So yeah, man, that's obviously contributed to things going, in a positive direction. But obviously, it wasn't all good news because they announced that they announced that they went back to revise July's GDP, right? And that kind of went down in it. So the early official figures had already suggested that strikes in the summer washout led to a worse than expected contraction of 0.5%. But they actually believe it was actually more accurately 0.6% in July. So yes, 3 months has been kind of decent or whatever.
Yeah, but overall.
Yeah, exactly. You know what I mean? But yeah, that was the biggest month-on-month contraction since June of 2022. You know what I mean? And which is when there was like that one-off bank holiday for the Queen's Platinum Jubilee as well. But Jeremy Hunt spoke about it as well. He said the UK has grown faster than France and Germany since the pandemic, and today's data shows the economy is more resilient than expected. While this is a good sign, we still need to tackle inflation so we can unlock sustainable growth. So, again, it could be worse, and we've seen worse, you know what I'm saying, at the top of the year. Also, I wanted to mention, this would be of particular interest to Brent, right? Football clubs, yeah, Brent, according to a cross-party committee of MPs, right, they're saying that football clubs should be prevented from selling crypto-based fan tokens, man. Yes, as part of an engagement with supporters. Obviously, you know about the whole the fan tokens and things of that nature in it. But these particular cross-party MPs, not
MCs, you know.
These MPs are basically saying, like football clubs shouldn't be allowed to do that. I'm pretty sure, like already, like Juventus and some of them other people got chilies and stuff in it.
Yeah, you bear them.
Yeah.
Why are they saying that?
I'm not too sure, but basically, one of the committee chairs, Dame Caroline Dinenage, probably butchering her name, forgive me. She said, in the world of sports, clubs are promoting volatile crypto assets. So that's the main thing, basically. And she called it a scheme. So they're promoting volatile crypto asset schemes to extract additional money from loyal supporters, often with promises of privileges and perks that fail to materialize.
Oh, so basically
that's the angle.
They promise it, but they don't give it.
This is it.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So she also went on to say that fan token schemes must not be used as a substitute for meaningful engagement with supporters. So I guess, I don't know if they're trying to just put out a warning that, if you guys don't manage this properly, we're going to come down on you guys.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
Is it like, I feel like if they're not making any money from it, there's a problem. If that makes sense. So, you can, if you're not making no money, cool. If you're just doing it for like fan engagement, whatever, but then as soon as someone else is making money in the government or XYZ's not making some, okay, now we got to step in like, hey,
Yeah.
you can't go making all that money over there without our cuts, basically, which is XYZ taxes.
Exactly.
Crazy.
Little teeth, man. Next thing I wanted to mention is British Airways has suspended flights going to Israel.
Really?
Yeah. I don't even know why it wasn't suspended since the weekend. Why are you still going to Israel? Who's going there?
You never know. No, you say that, yeah. There's a guy on TikTok and YouTube, and he basically, whenever there's like some kind of natural disaster or war in the country, he goes to that country straight after. The only reason is because the prices drop. Everything. Okay. Say like, so he's in a five-star hotel for like £50 or something stupid.
Okay.
So like he's capitalizing off of obviously other people's miseries, and then he'll document it, and like you'll see him in the whole villa or in the whole hotel, and he might be like 5 people in the whole hotel.
Wow.
So people still do travel, but why would you wanna?
But would the experience be the same if everybody's indoors and fleeing the country?
It's not the same, man. You're just there in a hotel, you and like
Exactly.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Might as well be an Airbnb in Sheffield, man.
You and a what?
Huh?
You and a what?
Me and what are you talking
You
about?
said you and a what? You were about to say babe, innit?
Babe?
Yes.
No. I wasn't gonna say babe. No. Diet. I've never been on holiday, so babe, where? What are you talking about?
All right.
I'm more likely to go on a holiday with the man than first before I go on a holiday with a babe. What am I? I've missed all them holidays and all that, man. Just me and a babe. Man, she end up pissing me off.
Impossible, right?
Huh?
Impossible, right?
No, what? To go on holiday with a girl? No, not impossible. But I'm just like, I've known men that have not known a girl that long, and they just go on holiday with her, and I'm like, I would lose my mind. It's just you and her. I'd rather be reading a book or having jokes with the lads type thing. Again, I've missed all those holidays, so yeah, it's what it is.
I mean, it could be a great experience, and it could be the worst.
No, I mean, you're gonna have to do it anyway just to see what it's like, and I will do it eventually. But it's like I'm in no rush to take her babes on holiday and all that. She's just getting free food and a free holiday. And
no, what I meant is going like on the first date. You go on.
To Paris and Paris,
Yeah,
romantic. I know that's not your thing, no. You're not doing that.
Paris?
Yeah, first date.
No. I mean, it would be like a bit of an adventure doing that for a first date. If that's your steez. If every single time you meet a girl or you're interested in a girl, it's a thing of, all right, cool, this is what it is I do. I go to a strange country, spend a few days there, obviously with you, getting to know you in this beautiful place, and then coming back. It might be interesting. It's a different type of lifestyle.
No. True. If you look at it, there's probably guys out there that do that regularly and all that.
Yeah.
I just don't know if I want to constantly go to another country with a random girl.
Yeah, I mean, it's something to do with when it is that you have nothing else to do, surely. And you have money. Yeah.
But it's a lot of money to waste as well, man. If you're dating...
Money's not a thing for them.
No, but I'm saying if you're dating like that, and again, I'd rather spend money on someone I know.
Yeah.
As opposed to someone I don't know. And not to say I'm not going to spend money anyway. But it's that's why the dating pool at the minute is crazy. I'd rather just be single.
Yeah.
Then,
I mean, when it is that you go to a club or a motive and you buy girls' drinks and stuff, it's someone that you don't really know, right, for the first time, and then you get to know them. But then some people don't want to be having just experiences where it is that they build to a future as opposed to just living for that moment. There's far too many out there for me to be latching myself down. You know what I'm saying?
No, I hear you. Obviously, you got. I feel like as adults, we're dating with intentions now.
Is it that's what you do now?
I feel like as an adult.
So you said that with a straight face?
No, I feel.
Straight face?
I don't know. So what are you trying? I'm confused. Am I getting like? Am I laying down with dogs and waking up with fleas? What's going on here? I'm confused. No, I say that because obviously, like, because of the people I know, I feel like sometimes I get painted with a brush no matter what I do. Yeah, so I don't know is that the angle?
No. Just asking questions to be honest.
Okay. No, again, I feel like it's this dating with intentions. That's why I prefer that just to be single at the minute. Plus, with the whole bed bugs thing as well. I'd rather just be
That's
on
a
my
thing?
You know,
For you.
As in, like, why would I? Look at it this way. For all that listeners out there, if you're bed hopping, should be ashamed of yourself anyway. But now with the bed bugs, with the bed bugs in town now, you're in trouble. So if I'm not bed hopping, I ain't got to worry about the bed bugs. Yeah. I'm good. Do you know what I mean? Stay away from the TFL every now and then, and we'll be alright.
I hear that.
I believe anyway, but
I hear that.
Such is life.
Bed bugs.
Yes. The other thing is, well, I did mention the British Airways in it, but yeah, that applies to British Airways and Virgin as well, not going to Israel. Next thing I wanted to mention is Next, the clothes company, they're close to underlining its status as Britain's most prolific buyer of all their rival high street fashion chains. Yeah, man, they're trying to get Fatface.
Fatface?
Yeah, I've never shopped in Fatface. I don't know.
I'm trying to remember.
Is Fatface a shop?
Yeah.
I Google this.
Yeah, man, Fatface.
But they got like. I'm just trying to remember what their clothes look like.
What, Next or Fatface?
On Fatface.
Oh no, no.
I think I've seen a couple jackets, maybe.
But yeah, man, they're buying Fat Face, and the deal's apparently worth more than £100 million, man.
Why Fat Face of all, like...
Who knows? Maybe Fat Face was kind of edging in and taking some of their clientele, man.
Are they?
Maybe.
I mean, shout out to them. I hear you. Just of all the companies to buy, but you know, obviously they see the bigger picture. I hear it.
Fat Face, apparently they've got well, Fat Face is more of a family focused clothing retailer, right?
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah.
This next kind of that makes sense.
And they've got like 180 UK stores.
Fat Face.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Absolutely. Like next.
Well,
has
they're
got-
underground.
I don't know where they are, man. But Next seems to be doing like bits, you know, because apparently they confirmed that they're going to be increasing their stake in Reese. So they own part of Reese.
No way.
Yeah, this is it.
They're trying to do
Yeah.
the monopoly thing. Okay, no, I heard that.
Exactly, man.
I
So
like Reese. I can get down with
yeah,
Reese.
exactly. Reese
Yeah.
is good,
I'm
man.
gonna check Reese out.
Have you never been to Reese before?
I heard about Mr. Porter the other day. Fat
Oh, yeah,
Face
yeah,
today.
yeah.
Reese today.
Next thing I wanted to mention is Microsoft. Apparently, they owe $23 billion
To who?
in back taxes to the
No
US Treasury.
way.
Yeah,
So they might shut down.
that's gonna happen. But yeah, man, I think that includes penalties and interest.
How
According
so
to the
that's over
IRS.
that's over amount of time though, right?
Yeah, 100%.
So every year they were like, oh, let's not pay the taxes here. Like, how do you, as a multi-billion-dollar company, how do you
Evade taxes
not evade taxes, but as in like, how do you not pay them
all the time.
for that amount of time?
All the time. I'm interested to find out.
Did
why
you say
is it they're now
23
looking to
billion?
get onto them.
You say 23 billion. And
23 billion. Yeah.
in America, how do you, the IRS, like, they don't come down on people? How do you?
I think that's probably why it's so much, you know, because what happens is, I think I mentioned on the show one time. I saw Montel Jordan talking about something, right? He owed like over $1 million in tax, and most of that came from interest because actually what happened was there was some situation where he needed money from Def Jam or something, right? And he was meant to factor that into the calculations, like
he
by his
didn't factor
accountant,
in.
and he didn't factor in. All it was $50,000. All he asked for was a $50,000 loan.
And they put a mill on that.
And yeah, because it wasn't factored in, and so the IRS doesn't tell you if you miss something. They just note it, and then they just add interest by the day. So when he's now realized, they've now
the day,
contacted
you
him.
know.
It's over $1 million.
I'm not gonna lie, yeah. The IRS in America is different.
Yeah, 100%. They're thieves, man.
Them man will move like the police.
And this is why he was saying in that same interview that a lot of the time when you hear people are not paying their taxes or they owe the X amount to the IRS, it's not because they're just trying to evade it.
Yeah.
It's usually just something that they missed and something so small.
And then they come back
But
and
with
bite you.
time, yeah, exactly.
How much did Wesley Snipes owe? Was it like 12 million or something? Or something stupid?
Something crazy, yeah.
What was this Blade 4?
Huh? Was it for Blade 4?
Blade 4. What's that?
Oh, but the Chia?
Chia
Chia
seeds.
seeds.
Yeah, the one that Margs calls gay. Yeah, I was meant to do it other one, but obviously
What does that do for you?
it's like natural fiber.
Okay.
So
And good fats.
yeah, just try to, try to do the healthy, try to do my bit.
Funny enough, that's linked to our topic of the day.
Okay, being healthy, yeah.
Yep.
All right.
We
Come
delayed it for
on.
you. We delayed it for you. So
Thank
now that
you,
you're here,
thank
this is
you,
perfect.
Thank you.
But yeah, but to answer your question about when it happened, basically there was a long-running IRS investigation, right,
Yeah.
into how Microsoft allocated its profits, right, in certain countries and jurisdictions, and this was between the years of 2004 and 2013.
20 years.
Well, 9 years. So 2004 and 2013, during that period, and yeah, man. So they're coming after them, man. Microsoft says it believes that any taxes owed after the audit will be reduced by up to $10 billion
Okay.
based on the tax laws that were passed by Donald Trump.
Okay.
So they're saying, obviously,
So that sounds like
it
they're
won't be
clinging
that
onto
much.
that.
Yeah.
They're clinging onto that quick. But that's still a lot of money to
Yeah,
to
100%.
lose.
100%.
But their turnover each year is ridiculous, though, no? Yeah, so it should be like water for ducks back.
I mean, still, billions are a lot still, though. But yeah. But yeah, that's pretty much it for the People's Journal, man.
A lot of money, man.
Then we can go into some more headlines. All right. So next headline. We kind of touched on this yesterday, right? But this is basically about the situation with Elon Musk, right? So Twitter has been flooded with online fake news and disinformation about the conflict between Israel and Hamas, as the policies put in place by the owner, Elon Musk, buckle under their first major tests. So this is according to this particular news outlet. So what they're saying is X, which is formerly known as Twitter, has been deluged with doctored videos and bot accounts since Hamas's massacre of hundreds of Israelis on October 7th. The platform, which Musk has tried to reforge as a bastion of online free speech, has struggled to contain the situation after its billionaire owner cut thousands of staff and rolled back previous moderation policies. Musk was warned by the EU officials that his site was being used to disseminate illegal content and disinformation. This is why yesterday we were talking about Musk responding to them and saying, okay, give me these lists of violations, you know what I'm saying? And then we can go forward with it. Thierry Breton, who's the EU's internal market czar, wrote to Musk demanding a response within 24 hours on the social networks response to false information. And he basically said, I remind you that following the opening of a potential investigation and the finding of non-compliance, penalties can be imposed. So they're coming for his neck, man. And on Wednesday, yesterday, Michelle Donnellan, who is the technology secretary, she met with Meta, Google, Twitter, Snapchat, and TikTok, and was demanding that the technology companies step up efforts to take down posts which glorify Hamas and protect children from these violent images. Next headline is about Russia. So Russia's apparently got, this particular outlet is basically saying that Russia has a desperate bid to try to rejoin the UN's top human rights body with a charm offensive involving stolen Ukrainian grain and arms. And they're basically saying that was defeated by a significant majority in a General Assembly vote on Tuesday.
They join the human rights.
Yeah.
They tried to bribe them.
Yeah, with stolen Ukrainian grain. Again, this is these people's perspective in it.
Yeah.
So I'm pretty sure Putin won't say this in it. But funny enough, Russia received 83 votes from the 193 member UN.
Really?
So
That's a lot, too, though.
Yes.
That's a lot of votes.
Exactly.
They were close.
This is it. And this is significantly more than the 24 countries who supported Moscow when it was booted out of the Human Rights Council in another vote more than a year ago. Russia was competing against Albania and Bulgaria for 2 seats on the Geneva-based UNHRC, representing the East European Regional Group. Bulgaria secured 160 votes. Albania received 123 votes. And like I was saying earlier, Russia received 83 votes. In the run-up to the voting, Russia made efforts to lure African allies and other friendly nations with stolen Ukrainian grain and arms in exchange for their votes. The US and its allies had discouraged many of the UN General Assembly's members and asked them to vote against Russia. The diplomats, aware of Russia's attempt to woo nations with grains, so obviously, they told him, my friend, think correctly and don't vote for Russia. But yeah, man, experts have called it a near unprecedented event where the UN body has acted consistently for 18 months to suspend a member nation. And our last headline brings us back to the UK, where black police experts are furious that a national race action plan is being undermined by chief constables with the support of Suella Braverman. Delegates at the annual National Black Police Association convention in Cardiff say the plan is being handled very differently across Britain's 44 constabularies. Some forces, like Greater Manchester, where the top cop, Stephen Watson, denies institutional racism applies to his constabulary, are accused of trying to stifle progress towards anti-racism. Black cops and race equality experts claim senior officers have been given the green light to resist change by the Home Secretary, also by her department and by ministers. The National Police Chiefs Council's National Race Action Plan is being covertly undermined by an unholy alliance between the top cops, Braverman, and locally elected Conservative Police and Crime Commissioners, PCC. This is what the critics are saying anyway.
Are they surprised?
Well, I guess they're probably not surprised, to be fair, but they just want the people to know, so the people can act out against it as well, I guess. But forces are using a variety of tactics, such as introducing their own watered-down plans while ignoring the NPCC plan and setting up new staff networks to endorse their approach in the face of opposition from local black police associations. And that's it for the headlines. It's time to pay the bills. And also, go into our topic of the day.
Everything about, so she was saying something about they were divorced, no, separated for some time, and my man Chris Rock asked her out, etc. I think it's very interesting. But obviously, we don't know what's truth and what's not, type thing. And then she said that she weren't getting a divorce at the time, and he said, "Oh, I thought he was." But again, I don't know how true that is.
Does anybody have any info, seeing as our babes Esther is interviewing Jackie Aina today and not in?
I was about to mention that, bro. But
Taking a while.
well, funny enough, the last headline's actually about that, you know.
Oh, serious?
Yeah, I figured since there's no word on road, might as well tell the people, you know what I'm saying?
Right, fair enough.
But yeah,
Pause that.
but of course, if people want to call in, feel free to call in, you know what I'm saying? Join us on the show.
Some people say she should be done at it.
Oh, perpetually. You know what I'm saying? Perpetually, man. She's just, let me not talk about this man's wife or separated. I don't even know what she is.
Yeah, we don't know. She's in limbo right now. We don't know.
But like Brent rightly said, our beloved Esther is doing amazing things, black excellence, you know what I'm saying? She's interviewing Jackie Aina today at Black Tech Fest.
Where is that?
That's somewhere in the city, I think. According to the map, it's not too far from Greenwich or Canary Wharf.
Okay. So what is it? Somewhere in that space.
Somewhere in the middle there.
Somewhere in the middle, she's there.
This is it. At the end of
Okay,
the
do we
day,
at least know what time?
roughly.
Roughly noon to 6. One of them somewhere.
I think it's in the morning though, so I think it's about 10, 11. But basically, you know what, yeah? And this makes sense, right, about Black Tech Fest. You should be able to watch the show virtually anyway, innit? Because it's about tech. But long story short, guys, you can watch the show after TDA, of course. Go to the website. You can get tickets to watch it virtually from 10 past 10, again, after TDA. And then they've got another section at 11 past 10 about what's called the Futures. And then 12 past 10, Ignite. But yeah, long story short, Esther's killing it. She's over there. She's going to be interviewing Jackie Aina. It's going to be very insightful. You know what I'm saying? So if you can go down there, if you're planning on going down there, go down there, support. You know what I'm saying? Let her know that you're from the community. And yeah, man, just spread that love, man.
It would be nice to go down there, to be fair.
Yeah.
So, I mean, like, well, obviously we're here, type thing. Maybe if we can get some more details.
Yes.
Fly down there. Zup. Shout out to her, though.
Yes, 100%. Also, I wanted to big up Oyin B in the chat. So basically, Oyin B is one of our beloved mods. And it was her birthday the other day, man.
Happy belated.
She wanted to keep it humble and not tell the people.
Why?
I don't know. You know what I mean?
She can't be ashamed of her age.
No, she's not ashamed of her age. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I just wanted to send some love her way. You know what I'm saying? Everyone in the chat, big her up. Happy birthday. She's always contributing, here on time, and doing everything she can for TDA.
Happy birthday, man. Happy birthday.
We appreciate you, man. Hope you had a beautiful birthday. All right. So, topic of the day. Like I was saying, the question is, and we'll start off there, right? Is health really wealth? Because everyone says, oh, health is wealth, and this and that. Do we actually believe that?
I believe it.
Okay.
I believe it because there's no point of you having loads of plans that you plan to do with your life and other people, etc., if you're not here. So even if that is accumulating wealth over time or whatever it is, if you ain't got no health, then just forget. You know, so sometimes you just gotta hang in there, whatever it was you're doing or getting through, type thing, because you know that there's a bigger and better plan for you, or God has something there for you. So no matter what you're going through, you just have to, you know, hopefully see the light at the end of the tunnel.
True indeed.
And crack on. That's what I believe. But obviously some people will be like, nah, it's nonsense. Forget about it. So, yeah.
Okay. Ben, what about you? Is health really wealth?
Yeah, I believe
Okay.
it is.
Why you say that, though?
I believe that It's the thing that you can't really can pay for.
Can you though?
You can pay for the resources to try to extend your health, right? You can pay for the best medicines, the best wellness practices, right? Pampering and that.
I got something on that. Funny enough.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Kim Jong. What's that? I can't remember. The guy from North Korea.
Oh,
Yeah. He has 10,000 scientists working on trying to extend his life.
Yeah.
Just
10,000.
scientists trying to extend his life. But the problem is, obviously, that I think they're using human guinea pigs. Like this woman was talking about, she was saying, yeah, like it's atrocious out there and multiple people. But literally, all the 10,000 scientists do all day is try to work out a way because he wants to live forever or whatever you want to, attorney or whatever you want to call it, which is not really given to man. So good luck with that one. Yeah.
And thank you. But yeah, that's you being in the best form of your life each day that you have life. I think it is priceless. Hence me saying it's wealth.
okay. The thing is, though, yeah, bro. I feel like everybody says health is wealth, right? But do we actually believe it? Because what are we doing? Like, you guys in the room, I know you guys are healthy guys, innit? And do certain things every day or a few times every week to promote your health, you know what I'm saying? To further your health, right? But does the average person do that? And if the average person doesn't do that, is it fair to say that they don't really believe that their health is wealth?
They don't. Some people don't care. Some people, like, there's obviously when you're on the fitness journey anyway, you go through stages where like you'll be in the gym constantly, you're in the routine, but when you come out of that routine, we all know it's hard to get back in there. But eventually we do it. But then that little gap between being in your house and getting to the gym, that's sometimes it's hard to break. But then eventually we get there and then we're back there. So I'm back there now. But then some people just don't care whatsoever type of thing. So they want to be, obese or not that they want to be, they don't care about being obese or being big or anything like that. I made it a conscious effort in my 20s. I said, when I get to 30, I'm not going to be having like certain health issues, especially to do with weight or anything. And then obviously it's just made easier because I'm Nigerian. So I haven't got to do as much work as X, Y, Z, but I still do that amount of work that I need to in the gym.
Because you're Nigerian?
It's in the genes, cuz. Yeah.
Oh, is that what you mean?
Yeah, it's in the genes. I don't have to do as much. I could not go to the gym for 6 months and I'll still look like I'm going to the gym type thing. But I still have to.
Is that a Nigerian thing?
Well, it's in my genes. And I'm Nigerian, so
All right.
I thank the ancestors every day for that.
Yeah.
But I still have to go to the gym and I put in the work. If you see me in the gym, I'm sweating it out. So again, some people don't care though. Like and again, my mindset is to be fit, and to be fit, you want to be fit all year round. I don't want to be hench for the summer. That's not. Yeah, some people start working out in January, March, February, whatever, for the summer. That's not me. That's not my mindset. So if you ain't even got the mindset to go to the gym, then I swear, like what country was it? Is it this country or America? One of the worst obesities in the world. I can't remember. I swear it was this country, but people don't care.
Must be America, though.
I wouldn't be surprised if it was though. Some people don't care. They just want to know. And I love food, but as I've got older, my food intake has got lower in terms of like I can eat one meal a day, or some days I might not eat and I'll be like snacking, having small snacks. So I'll just be fasting, and I'll still manage to go to the gym, and it's important,
Do you incorporate fasting into your
Yeah.
or is it more so an accident?
No.
Planned.
I might have so for example, I had food late last night. So I went to the gym yesterday and what did I have in the morning? I had a oats and milk in the morning and I didn't eat till 11 at night. So today I might eat probably after 8. By that time it's X, Y, Z hours ago and I had nothing this morning. I'll have nothing when I get back. That thing is just, I think fasting's important. Because remember, when your body's not focused on eating, now it's time to repair. It finds other things to do.
This is it.
So, yeah.
What you bet? Do you, or have you considered the fasting route? Incorporating it?
Brennan ain't fasting for shit.
I think I don't deliberately fast,
Okay.
but I guess I do fast.
Okay.
What would you deliberately do it though? Would you say to yourself, you know what? Maybe at the start of every month, I'm gonna fast maybe the first day, not eat anything. Or do you feel like the benefits of fasting is not really worth? You know what I'm saying?
I probably would try anything.
Okay.
Just for once to find out what it does to me. I wouldn't rule it out. Haven't done it before, like on purpose. Even with like religion, I haven't done it. Prayer and fasting, I never done that.
No, I haven't done prayer and fasting, but remember there was a point every month I would like fast for like 2-3 days, just like water and sometimes just like no food or whatever, and then like by the third day my body started getting super weak, but then I was still trying to do stuff, walking up the stairs and feeding it in your legs. I'm like, nah. So sometimes the best time to fast is if you're just at home, but I find it easier now just to do like every day a little bit here, every day as opposed to every month. Just do the 3 hard days. Like, so it's different for everyone. Some people are never gonna do it.
Yeah,
and that's cool. That's it's each to their own. I'm trying to have longevity, like them Chinese man that are still doing calisthenics at 90.
Yep.
And stuff like that. And so again, if you take your health serious, then fair enough. If you don't, whatever. Like my blood pressure's been the best it's ever been in years. I checked it the other day, and I was shocked. Like, and the doctor was like, "Yeah, this is good. I was like, "Yeah, I took a picture, everything. I was gonna post it, but I thought, nah, you know what? I don't really care about that shit." So yeah, it's important. Man. It's important.
See, you mentioned the Chinese people, yeah. Remember, over there, well, to be fair, most parts of the world, outside of the West anyway, they don't eat as much junk food as us.
No.
How do you make a conscious effort to not eat junk food? Or do you keep it moderate?
I keep it moderate. I have a little balance. So there might be a junk day, and then there might be a healthy day in this. Yeah, I try to mix it up, kind of thing. Because I don't think I'm never going to stay away from junk, like just ever. Some junk is nice, man. I like chicken wings and chips. It's horrible, but I like it. And on top of that, the Chinese, they drink hot drinks with their food. So, good for digestion and stuff, as opposed to cold drinks. We're not really meant to drink cold drinks with our food.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, that's why there's a lot of the Chinese in that part of the world, they drink hot drinks with their food.
Okay.
It's important.
Isn't it dependent on where you are in the world, though?
No.
Because if you're back home, why would
we're not going to know, but that's what I'm saying. If we're back home, we're not going to do that. But that's what the Chinese do. Like, and obviously, these men been living for however long in bare Chinese remedies and medicines and whatever. So, yeah, I just feel like that's what we should be doing.
All right, let me ask you this then, yeah. So you already made it clear that you exercise, right? Because and this is just to kind of relay to the people out there. Because obviously I'm trying to be conscious of the fact that people have different things that they have to focus on a day to day. Everyone's life is completely different, right?
100%.
And I think Fernand said it in best in the chat. He said it's not necessarily that people don't care, but it may be that people take it for granted. Everyone kind of thinks, you know what, it's something I can leave till later. Till obviously you get hit with the heart disease or the diabetes and there's just no going back, right? But in terms of exercise, I just wanted to kind of relate to the people that what they recommend is that we do like some brisk walking, about 30 minutes a day.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? 5 days a week. Do you feel like something like that is manageable by everybody?
100%. If you remember, not that you can't make it outside, but even if you wanted to be walking outside in your own house, you'd look like a madman. But you know, going to the upstairs, to the toilet, back down to the kitchen, down to the basement, to the bathroom, to the other room. Like, a walk should be the bare minimum, really and truly. If you can't even manage that, then what more can I say to you, really and truly? You know, walking for 30 minutes. There's times where I'll be in West End, I'll just walk home. Like, my calves will be burning by the time I get home.
West End, you know.
Yeah, like it's not that bad. I just cut. I'm obviously I know where I'm going as well.
Yeah.
So I just cut through. I know where I'm going. Got my headphones on. Yeah, do you know what I mean?
That's good, man. I think people out there, like, again, right, this is, we just want this topic of the day to be something calm and something that everyone can take something from. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of the time, people have to correct me if I'm wrong, but a lot of the time I think people kind of inaccurately kind of deem people who are unhealthy as those who smoke and drink excessively. And don't really take into consideration that you don't need to be that far gone, right, to be unhealthy. You could be just somebody who's kind of just doing regular stuff.
Yeah.
Just not moving enough. Just you know what I mean? Like your office desk.
Stagnation.
You know what I'm saying? Going home, public transport, taking the bus all the way to your nearest bus stop at your house, walking 5 minutes. You ain't done no exercise for the entirety of the week.
It's true.
And then potentially, when you want to relax and de-stress, you go out, have alcohol.
Pure alcohol.
You know what I'm saying? You do certain things, try and relax. But all of this is having an accumulation effect on
100%.
you. You know what I mean? And it's not good, man. So, I also wanted to mention diet. What's your ideal diet? So on a day where you're not fasting, you're not doing intermittent fasting, and you're eating 3-course meals a day.
I haven't had 3-course meals a day in about. I ain't had 3-course meals a day in a while. Yeah, literally, it might just be 2. So
Okay.
It'll be 2 at the max. If I'm got time, I'll have something in the morning.
Okay. What's your ideal breakfast?
Ooh.
So you've got the time to think about. So you're thinking today, you know what, today I want to be on point. What's your perfect breakfast?
It could be oats and milk. It could be oats and yogurt, or it could be scrambled eggs, salmon, and avocado. That's like my 3 go-to if I was to pick anything.
So you got your protein, you got your healthy fats there.
Yeah. In terms of dinner, it depends where I end up in the day. So I might be at a lady friend's house. She might be cooking something decent, or I just might be at home. And yeah, and that's why my body needs fats basically. Because when I go to the gym, I'm not trying to put on muscle. I'm trying to burn. So I need stuff to burn. If I'm constantly eating healthy stuff, I'll end up losing weight. So that's why I have to have a mixed balance. I could be eating a pizza and that. Like, where were we? Thursday? I think Sunday I had a kebab. Like, it was lish. It was just mwah, voila. But it weren't like the normal Turkish kebab. It was like from the Asian man. These man, they got obviously the spices and the hot sauce and etc. So yeah, I need that. I need to make a balance in terms of one day it might be healthy, the next day it could be something junk and yeah.
Okay. Ben, what about you? What's your perfect breakfast and perfect
I don't eat
dinner?
breakfast.
No?
I don't eat breakfast.
Let's just say you're on a vacation.
Big
right?
you don't eat breakfast. Pure bananas, moving like a gorilla over there.
You know what time I wake up? When am I finding time to eat breakfast?
So do you snack though? No snacks, no nothing. So you are kind of fasting.
That's what I'm saying. I don't do it on purpose.
Okay. Well, that is on purpose though. If you're not eating, what are you talking about?
Obviously, it's like semantics, isn't it? Because obviously, if I wanted to eat, I can go and eat. So in that sense, I am choosing not to eat, I guess.
Okay.
But it doesn't come into my head
To
to
fast.
eat.
Yeah. Okay.
When I wake up, I don't feel hungry.
Yeah, that's me. Though. If I'm hungry, I'm just gonna eat. But again, I'm just training my body just to have because I used to eat a lot as when I was younger. I'll go through like a whole loaf in one day, type thing, and that's bad. That's a lot of bread. No one needs that much bread. Bread's bad for you anyway for various reasons. But
What do you eat with the loaf? Or you just eat it just like that?
with it might be jam and peanut bar, might be Philadelphia cheese. Yeah, just butter, toasted. And now the way I make my toast is a bit strange to other people anyway. So I'll butter it first, put it in the toaster, comes out, you know, crispy on one side, soft on the other. Voila. Remember I told you guys, you got that one for me first. I know your toaster won't burn down, it's fine. I've done it a million
You
times.
don't use the bags?
Bags?
Yeah.
Bags for what?
The toast bags, the toasty bags.
No.
Okay, because when you said the butter and then when you put it into the toaster, it's definitely going to be dripping.
Let
You
it
say
drip
it's not
then,
going to
man.
burn down.
Follow the drip. Shit.
Right.
As far as I'm concerned, it works for me. And yeah, I ain't blew up no toasters yet. People say, "Oh no, you're gonna blow up the toaster. Don't do that." Nah, no toasters are being blown up over here. So far, so good.
Nice. A whole loaf of bread, you know. Hear that?
I wouldn't do that now though. That's a lot of bread.
Yeah.
Right.
So, also, yeah, stress. So, do you feel like stress contributes or can contribute to people being unhealthy too?
100%. You could be unhealthy in your mind and not know. You know, a lot of people. That's why I was saying to you guys before about, you know, being younger and being in a dark place and not really knowing, because you know better, do better, right? So until you know better, then you could be doing X, Y, Z. But yeah, no, health and stress is important. That's why I go through a whole blasé thing in terms of like, forget about it, acceptance. Like once I can accept something, I'm done. It's over with. As opposed to like dwelling on it and trying to overthink and try to let go type thing. No, stress is terrible for some people. You know.
100%. We got a caller. Good morning, caller.
Morning, caller.
Caller, you may have to call back. I need to engage it.
Whilst the caller is about to call back here, I wanted to ask you guys a question. Who do you think is responsible for your well-being?
Me.
Cool. Do you think that is the case entirely though?
Depends on your age.
Huh?
Depends on your age.
Okay. As an adult though.
Stipulations.
Me.
Okay, cool.
As you get older, obviously.
Hello.
You look
Hello.
after
Good
your
morning.
kids, look after your kids.
Yeah, how's it going?
Kids get
Bless.
older,
Thank
they
you
look
very
after
much.
Yeah, I'm calling in quickly. I just thought like this conversation is interesting because it makes me think about some conversations that happened a couple of weeks back. But first of all, I'll say that definitely agree with the idea that health is wealth. Definitely, I like to think that most people wouldn't have pushback on that, regardless of whether they actually act on that or not. I think that they generally know what the right thing is in regards to their health and how it impacts them, you know, health, wealth-wise, whether it's like financially or otherwise. But I do think about how, I guess you've mentioned stress as well. I do think about how, like, in past episodes, we talked about like mental health, and are people of this generation too weak, too soft? And I think that you know, if you're okay, so that was, I guess, in you know, implying a relation to mental health. But I think that in that conversation, a lot of the response there, the guys were like, you know, you got to just like get after it and you put in work, you know what I mean? And you know, you can't just, you know what I mean, if you sit down, well, who else is going to look after you, And I think that this conversation is interesting because that's exactly what my response or my rejection to those ideas were. Because it's kind of like, okay, so how long are we going to white knuckle for? Do you know what I mean? Like, realistically and truly. I mean, so you take a mental health aspect, you tell a man who's stressed, you know what I mean? He's like stressed out of his mind, cortisol running through his body constantly. You know, well, that's just what it is. You got to get after it. And then a health conversation comes up, and then we're like, well, health is wealth. You know what I mean? And the same thing happens physically. Like, I would put myself, I'm only, I think, sensitive to, well, not sensitive, but like I'm like acutely aware of this because, you know, for myself, I put in work in my 20s, but like physically, like I've got like chronic like back pain basically. Do you know what I mean? Because I put in that much work, but I, you know, put in so much work without paying attention to my own body. And then now, on the other side of it, now having to deal with rectifying issues around, you know, overwork and you know, not paying attention to my body and actually putting my health on the line for the sake of money And it's like, well, had it backwards the whole time. But again, it's like if we perpetuate that idea of like, well, a man needs to, get after it, and you know what, like this generation is too soft. They, what I mean, one little thing here and there, they break down. It was like, all right, cool. Well, if they're gonna take on that idea for years and years and years, a decade later, why would we be surprised when their mental health is thrust and their, their body's thrust? Like, I don't see how that would not be the case.
What would you say comes first though? So, granted, like you're saying, for somebody who maybe has some of this stress that they can't really cope with, right? It's hard for one, or it's kind of insensitive for one to just talk about, oh, get through it, this, that, and the third, right? But do you feel like, of course, the stress can come from external factors like family issues, work, whatever it may be, right? But do you feel like if maybe someone's health was taken care of initially, it could have more of a positive effect and maybe help them to balance those particular external factors? Or do you feel like the two are completely separate?
Well, but that's the thing, though, isn't it? Someone has to have that sort of awareness around and that sort of consciousness around their health. Like, someone has to know their limits. But that's what I'm saying. So if someone is, like, if someone professes to know their limits, like, listen, I can't do this anymore. Like, if it's a mental health thing, it's like, I need to see someone, I need to talk to someone, or like I wish I had family or friends I could talk to. Or if it's a physical thing where it's just like, like, I can't go into work today, man. Like, I'm just not up to it physically. Do you know what I mean? Like, or that's just that. If they have that sensibility to them, then that's going to be a good way for them to, do you know what I mean? Alleviate those ailments down the road. But if we have a culture, socially that says, well, yeah, if you call in sick, do you know what I mean? You're letting your team down, or you're not putting in that work, or you're not committed to this team, or like as friends and family, we don't talk about mental health issues, or if there's a stigma around therapy, and etc., then of course you're just gonna like perpetuate, a route to all of these ailments, a bad lifestyle, like health-wise, but be it mentally or physically. That's just not going to be conducive to, again, that long-term health.
Yeah, makes sense. Can't argue with that, man. So what would you say would be a good solution there? I know it's kind of hard to, I don't want to put you on the spot too much, but like, if that's the situation that somebody's dealing with, right? How can we get them, like, in a very practical way, especially for certain people who maybe don't have the finances to get therapy or some other type of, expert help? What would you say should be the next steps going forward to kind of lead them back onto the right path?
I mean, I think generally, like, I think, that idea or the discussion around health, both mentally and physically, I think we need to put health on a higher sort of pedestal. Like, I think that we need to take it more seriously in our society. Like, and so, I mean, that's exactly the kind of things that worries me about stuff like the breakdown of the NHS and stuff like that. Like, if we don't have these services, it just shows that where we are as far as where our priorities are as a nation. And if health is a wealth, then surely that scales out. So, like, if you have an unhealthy nation, you talked about the economy going up a little bit today, but like, that's surely not going to be a long-term thing. If we can't even prioritize our health as a nation, we don't make that a thing. Why would we be wealthy as a nation if we're not healthy as a nation? So it's just, I think, again, it's just taking it more seriously and being like, no, health is actually something that we put at the forefront. The things that we prioritize and we take value in and stock in as a society, both on a national level and just even peer to peer, you know what I mean? Like, that's something that we have to just take seriously. And individually, like, really, I would just, that's even the main point there. I'll say individually, like, just don't, as a person, as an individual, don't let anyone, like, make you feel a way about whether you need to take time for yourself. Do you know what I mean? Get your head right. Or, if you're trying to, like, improve your health physically or take care of yourself physically, do you know what I mean? Like, it just is what it is. Do you know what I mean? I wouldn't let anyone I would implore everyone to feel like they shouldn't feel a way about that at all. If they need to take time for that and have a sensibility to that, know when you need to take time for yourself, you know.
I mean, makes sense. Before you go, if you don't mind, yeah, and this is a question to the room as well, yeah. Like you rightly said, it concerns you about NHS, right? What's happening with the NHS? But the question I posed to the room and also the chat is, who is responsible ultimately for your well-being? And so far in the chat, 92% of the people are saying is the individual, right? If everybody really, I guess maybe didn't take things for granted and started to care more, do you think we would actually care as much as we do about the NHS?
I mean, the thing is though, like the NHS is like, that's our thing. Like, we pay for that. Every time you go out to work, you pay for that. That's what you're paying for.
Yeah.
We elect people into government to pattern that institution for us. Do you know what I mean? Like, we value that. No one wants the NHS to break down. So yes, the chat is saying 92% responsibility falls onto yourself. But again, that's a poll. As far as I'm aware, you can only vote for one option. And if it comes down to it, like, the last form of defense is going to be you and yourself. Do you know what I mean? But at the end of the day, the NHS, that still needs to be like protected for sure, because that's your money, that's your institution. Like, it should serve you, it should serve us. Do you know what I mean? Like,
sorry, I was just gonna say, but if you had a choice of maybe saving some of that money and maybe using it on private healthcare only when you need it, which maybe, let's just say once every year, or once every 5 years, perhaps, would you opt for that? Because especially if the responsibility is put on yourself to be like, look, I can take care of myself and I should be taking care of myself. You know what I'm saying? Because I 100% get what you're saying. I think that safety net is good for us as a nation to have. But as human beings, sometimes we don't see a safety net as a safety net. We see it as a trampoline. Like, we just start going there and start thinking, you know what, I can use it because I pay for it. And then that kind of further puts a strain on that particular institution that should be helping those who really need it. But then it takes away from those who really need it, because some of us who don't need it are utilizing it.
True.
Do you get what I'm saying?
But you know what? Like, if you're in society, yeah, like ours, at the end of the day, like, it's all teamwork makes the dream work. You know what I mean? Like, you see, me, I'm not a physical therapist.
Yeah.
I'm not a dietitian. I'm not a neuroscientist. I'm not a ENT specialist. I'm none of these things, like, that are all these different departments in a medical institution. Like, do you know what I mean? And I couldn't be, even if I wanted to be. Do you know what I mean? So at the end of the day, like, my time will come when I need that place. Do you know what I mean? And I'm not here for chopping it down, privatization in the sense that, I'm never going to need it. Also, who knows who's going to uphold like a private healthcare institution? How, who's going to, what do you call it, uphold the standards there? Who's going to make sure that that's actually the place I need to, that when I spend my money there, that I'm actually getting my money's worth? Do you know what I mean? Like, there needs to be some accountability there as well.
Definitely.
And so also, as a nation, like say, yeah, sure, I might be in good shape at this point. Like, all the guys in the room seem to look healthy and good shape. Do you know what I mean? But, like, how about, I don't know, I'm just me in one side of the country. What about someone else on the other side of the country who's going through it? And they in all the earnest ways, they're trying to get back into the right shape. They want to get healthy back to get into work and do what they want to do and to complete their ambitions. Like, if we actually feel like we're a nation where, like, we actually want the nation to prosper, you know what I mean, and we care about stuff like the economy, like, then we have to make sure that we can put that money there so that when someone does need it, they can also join in and get back to where they need to be. And I understand what you mean, like, people, see it as a trampoline. But I get the idea. But to be honest, I just don't think that. I would even rather just take that just for the sake of the fact that it's just there and active and alive. I would rather take that as just the mini L for the larger good.
Yeah, I hear you. It makes sense. I can't argue with that. All right, man. Appreciate your call, man.
Thank you.
Thank you for calling.
Cheers. All right. Take care.
Yeah, man. There isn't much more, to be fair. But I guess that same question that I posed to him, to you guys, if it is a situation where we genuinely, say that we are responsible for our well-being, do you feel like we should be putting as much emphasis on the NHS, or do you feel like what he was saying, you're okay with, you know what I'm saying, allowing some of that money to go to that particular thing for those who may actually need it, even though it's likely some people will take advantage of it?
I feel like I'd rather people get the help than not.
Yeah, okay. I hear you.
Because, well, as you said, I know some people are going to take advantage. But what is we don't know the number of people taking advantage, the number of people that actually need it. If that makes sense. It might be a minority of people taking
Morning,
advantage,
guys.
but the majority of people need it.
Yeah.
So the ratio, for me, outweighs itself.
I hear you.
Morning, caller.
Good morning.
Morning. It's Abby calling.
How are you, Abby? You all right?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
All good, thank you. Good. What's your thoughts?
Yeah, I just wanted to add to some what was said before, because I do think that health is it's a privilege at the end of the day, because a lot of people don't have, to start with, the knowledge about things, like even the bare minimum, I think, and we do live in a society where they don't really emphasize that either. It's like you really push to be working more, not to really care about your own health. And it's, of course, for you to kind of like care about it. But at the same time, even when you speak about knowledge on food, how you should feel, like properly fuel your body and whatever, a lot of people don't know how to even do it, or people don't, nowadays as well, a lot of people can't even afford it. If you live in a family where you've got to prioritize your kids, and obviously in this economy, you might not be able to afford things that are more expensive to be able to do that, to look after your mind. A lot of the times you have to look for external help, like, like therapy and whatever not. And that's not available to a lot of people now. It's just not accessible. And if you look at even like countries like the US, how there's so much chemicals in the food, how it's even done on purpose almost to kind of fuel this thing to the population, so that they then have to be going privately to look for solutions. So I think overall, health it's a privilege. It's definitely wealth, and you have to look after yourself. But at the same time, it is up to us. But also, I do feel like organization and the society, it's not as easy as it sounds, because they don't really push for this narrative. I think that especially like the capitalistic world that we live, don't really push for these things. They try to just, almost like scam people into, being hooked on junk food, and then having to look for the solution afterwards. So I do think that it's a whole thing. But again, I do think that it is up to us to probably look into solutions. But at the same time, I do think it's a bigger problem.
I hear you. And you know what? You make a good point. Firstly, if you don't mind, I would kind of disagree that health is a privilege, right? Because the thing is, it's a tricky one. And I think that is an interesting topic of the day, by the way, right? But I feel like whenever we use the privilege word, right, a lot of the time, not always, but a lot of the time, it kind of just makes people feel like if you're on the other side of that privilege, you are a potential victim. And that victimhood mentality, I feel like, doesn't necessarily do people who fall into that category a world of good, right? That's just one thing, right? But secondly, I fully agree with what you're saying about the food and how sometimes on purpose, right? It's funny you say that, because according to some campaign groups, and this is a headline that just came out today, right? Hospital and school caterers are not doing enough to stop farmers from overusing antibiotics in their animals, which is then being passed on to the kids, you know what I'm saying? And because of that overuse, right, it raises the risk of antibiotic resistance, which then renders certain human medicines ineffective. So you've even got that particular angle too, you know what I'm saying? Where somebody has a particular ailment, you go to the doctor, you get medicine, and it's not even working because of all the stuff that's pumped into the animals, into the food, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, you make a great point there, man.
But I do feel like when I mean privilege, I think knowledge is a privilege, really. Not a lot of people do know how to kind of like cater for themselves, or even know how to kind of get out of the certain mentality to just actually like take care of yourself. I do feel like nowadays a lot of people are just surviving. They don't do the right steps. Like, for example, I work from home quite a lot of times, and I've got to take myself out of the house, like make a conscious effort to take myself out of the house and go for walks, like even on my lunch times, after work, like after the gym, stuff like that. And I do see like work colleagues and whatever, they'll just sit there all day, then they go home, they sit all day because they're just too tired, because obviously like you've sat all day at your desk, which I feel like you're knackered, but what you should really do is step outside, get some vitamin D, do that kind of stuff. But people don't even know that simple information. So I feel like maybe privilege isn't the right words that I'm trying to use, but I'm trying to obviously say that I do feel like some of the basic information that's out there, people don't even know about.
Yeah, you're 100% right, man. 100% right. Yeah. I mean, yeah. You know what? Again, I do think we should make that a topic of the day, though, because I feel like some of the information that you're saying isn't available to everybody. Is somewhat, I don't want to say common sense, because maybe this speaks to the whole privilege thing, right? But it's like people know, I think anyway, that walking is a good thing. I feel like it's everywhere. So yes, somebody may be, you know, too tired from work, this, that, and the third, or whatever, or sitting at the desk all day. But I feel like those that really want to make a difference, like yourself, right, who says, you know what, on my lunch break, I could be sitting down eating food and taking advantage, but the fact is, I do want to get my 30 minutes walking. Just a decision like that, I don't think that's a privilege. I think that's you just caring a bit more.
Yeah,
do you get what I'm saying?
No, that's true. Yeah, no, I agree with that, actually. Yeah, that is probably true, because for me, it's just that I know that if I don't do it, I'm just going to feel shit. So I feel like when you learn things like that, you start actually probably pushing more towards your health, and think that if you do the right things, you start feeling good instead of obviously doing bad and feeling bad and then keep being in that cycle.
Yeah. Hey, it makes sense.
No, I was just going to ask on the NHS side, and access to health. I do feel like nowadays it's getting harder and harder to have basic access of help, which is probably not making it better. So I'm still saying that I do think it's for individuals to make the steps, but I do feel like the government and private organizations should also help, because nowadays most people are really stressed, and society is pushing you to be more stressed, to keep working, to keep saving away, because that's how you should be. You should, like the last caller was saying, how you push to be working as a team. But I kind of feel like that's a ploy almost. Like we should actually, some things you should be individualistic, like your health, like things like that, rather than and think about yourself and what makes you more stressed and less stressed, rather than think, like I have to support my team, I have to do this, I have to do that, I can't let people down and whatever not, because at the end it's still gonna stress you and affect you, not other people.
Yeah, makes sense. Thank you for your call, Abby, man. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Have a good day, everyone.
Thank you. You too.
I don't think I've ever heard anyone say health is a privilege. I've never heard that in my life. Obviously, we go to the gym and stuff, and we know the sweat that we got to put in when we're over there. And like, other than my ancestors, I don't look like this just because, you know, I woke up one day and was like, okay, etc. I had to go to the gym, and you know how it is. And you had a hard session as well.
You did say that.
I know. I have. I know I got.
That's
good
a privilege, isn't it?
That's not a privilege. I didn't ask for them. They just happened to.
Hence the privilege.
I'm not hearing that. My thing is this. my thing is this. I still managed to go to the gym and have a hard session where I'm beat. I'm battered after. So I look like this because I went to the gym. I could just rely on the genes, but I'm not doing that. I'm not relying on that. Thank you for the ancestors, but I'm just saying. I went there and I...
Did you walk there?
Did I walk to the gym? Yeah, I walked to the gym.
Privilege.
To walk to the gym. Get the hell out of here, man.
Some of them don't have legs.
Some of who? The people going to the gym?
Some people, when it is that they walk, they have back pain.
I got back pain. The guy was saying he's got chronic back pain. I got back pain. What's your point?
Good health is a privilege.
Oh my God.
I think two things can be true.
Listen, I'm just saying that guy was saying he's got back pain.
It could be privilege.
Huh?
It could be wealth and it could be privilege.
Yeah, you know, we're not doing the struggle Olympics for real. I'm just saying it like we all suffer with stuff. I managed to get up and make it work. Everyone else can. So I mean,
some also have depression. They're not mentally like able to motivate themselves.
I hear
just
you.
like you.
I hear you. Sometimes motivation is it's a hard thing. I get why people would struggle to motivate themselves. Like, we live in a hard society. But again, I go back to that, that segment that we were having all those weeks back. I still believe society's weak.
I don't think it denigrates your efforts to basically say that it's a privilege. It doesn't take anything
privilege
away.
to have health.
Yeah, it doesn't take anything away from you, right?
A privilege to have good health, or a privilege to have health.
Both, man, both.
Nah, man. I work my socks off to be in a decent shape, type thing. Let me see what I look like in 10 years with no gym. I don't know, but I'm saying, like, I work my socks off to
Would you call it a blessing instead? Because the privilege seems to be like triggering you. Would you
because
say it's
I
a
know
blessing?
how, what it is, because I know how hard I've had to work in the gym.
Would you say it's a blessing that you have that particular motivation to actually form or work on your body in the manner in which it is that you
Maybe
steadfastly work on your body?
Maybe. You know what? Some of you guys in the chat, if you guys want to come work out with me, then no problem. Then
And you have the time also to do this, right? Other people may not have that time.
That's true. But the gyms are 24 hour now.
Yeah,
What's
maybe
the
it's the
excuse?
privilege thing that keeps on triggering you.
Maybe it's a privilege that
Yeah, just using the word privilege. Maybe that's the triggering thing.
I've just never heard that it's a privilege to have health. Like, I'm grateful, 100%, but a privilege?
Why are you grateful?
Because, like, I'm still breathing. That means I've still got a chance to go and do it.
And you see that other people don't have what it is that you have, right?
I'm not saying, I don't know if they're even grateful, but we're talking about privilege. A privilege to go to the gym. I pay my membership, corporate, everything. Nah, privilege.
So interesting. It's the privilege with that triggering you.
Because I've never been given privileges. I don't know what black privilege looks like, let alone privilege. Like, I don't know what that is. You know when people say, white privilege? You can see that.
Oh, that's what it is, because you are tying it to white privilege.
No, but I'm just saying in privilege in general. Like, I've never had privilege like that. So when people say that, I'm like, what are you talking about? I've had to scrape, graft, and cling onto everything I can do. Like, there was no privilege given to me. So, like, I've had to...
So interesting.
Had to do the struggle Olympics. This man talking about.
Interesting.
It's there's two sides, even in the chat. Like, yeah, again, I think it'll make for a good topic of the day, man. I think we should definitely investigate this when everyone's in. But yeah,
Oh, look, here we go.
sorry guys, we need to move on. Good morning, caller.
No.
No?
Stop.
Okay, cool. Well, I think we've kind of tackled everything there.
You know they're gonna call back, though, innit?
Yeah, no, let's
Yeah.
move on there. Yeah, let's go into a quick woke or joke, man. All right, people. So today's woke or joke, yeah. It's gonna be a quick one, and I want you guys to tell me which one you think is right, yeah. And obviously in the chat as well, tell me as well. I'll give you guys a clue. It could be more than one of these being true, yeah. It could be more than one. And so the first thing is, Bigfoot was spotted in Colorado.
Yeah, I saw him.
You saw? Well, he was there, yeah.
Where's the footage, man? Where's the footage,
Do you
man?
want me to put it up?
Put it up. Put it up.
Wait till afterwards, man. Wait till
Okay,
afterwards. So apparently, Bigfoot was spotted walking through the shrubs in a Colorado mountain. Some train passengers were passing by, and yeah, man.
Do people actually believe it's Bigfoot? That's what, or someone dressed up in some kind of uniform, some kind of something.
Who knows, man?
Some kind of.
But they said he was hairy and he was huge and he had no clothes, man. So I don't know, man. Unless he's one of the last pure-blooded Neanderthals.
Have you got footage there? Is this like a video or is this going to be AI doctored? I don't know.
Well, remember you have to decide which
is a woke or
of
joke,
these
sir.
are true first, and then
What you say,
we
Brett?
can investigate.
It's woke or joke. The segment you have to guess.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
Second thing I wanted to mention is a Luton fire that happened yesterday. Apparently, it was started by a child.
No way.
Nah, I mean you have to tell me if it's true, innit?
I don't.
It might be a lie, but it
Okay,
might be true.
Okay, so what must? What am I?
Apparently, a particular child took one of these cigarette butt things, from their parent, and was playing with it. So when they left, they must have threw it somewhere in it, and then they went, to mind their business, like catch a fly or something. I don't know what they was doing, and that's what sparked the fire in Luton. airport.
I'm gonna say it's true.
Yeah, we'll come back to the end.
Okay, cool.
And the last thing I wanted to mention is, remember Captain Tom Moore? You know, the white man, I think he got to like 100 years old or something like that.
No.
But basically the guy that was walking around his garden raising money for charities during COVID. Remember him, Brent?
Yes.
Yes. So apparently his daughter pocketed £800,000.
Jesus. She Nigerian.
Nah, these are white people, man.
Hey, they've been learning though.
Yeah, man. Apparently he raised like £39 million for the NHS, right?
What?
Yeah.
Him one? Go on. Big up him, man.
Mm-hmm. And the daughter has come out to confess. Again, I could be making this up. But if you know about him, then obviously this would make some sense.
Okay.
Right? But basically, she's come out to confess that she did steal £800,000.
She confessed as well.
Yeah.
No, but this is still walk or joke.
Exactly. Exactly. But yeah, she's had an interview, talked about it, this, that, and the third. And yeah, man. Apparently she still wants to keep the money too. So she doesn't want to pay it back, but she is sorry for taking the money. It was a hard time. It's COVID. So guys, is one of these true? Two of these true? Or three maybe? What say you?
I reckon the kid starting the fire is true. So that's one. Wait, what was the second one?
Luton. That was the second one.
What was the first
First
one?
one's Bigfoot.
Listen, until I see footage, again, even if I see footage, listen, AI is about, that might be, that, I don't know. Yeah, I need to see footage. The third one, her confessing and wanting to keep money and having interviews, I'm saying is fake. No, I'm not hearing it.
Okay. So you're saying only the
Luton one and possibly the Bigfoot.
Bigfoot?
Possibly.
So now you believe it?
No, but like, if I still need to see footage. That's what is going to be the deciding factor for me, for moi.
Okay.
And even then, you know, like Bigfoot, people have been claiming to see Bigfoot for years.
This is true.
With like shadow pictures and stuff like that, still pictures, and that evidence is washed. So, yeah, nah, actually, let's go fake. Yeah, just Luton.
Okay, Brent, what about you?
I definitely think that there is footage of Bigfoot.
Okay.
It may not be Bigfoot. There was footage captured
All
because
right.
I've seen it.
Okay.
And I also believe that she pocketed 800K. 100%.
Okay. What about the Luton?
What the rest? Do you reckon the rest is true as well? She confessed in interviews.
Don't know about that.
See what I'm saying?
But the fact that they know,
yeah,
she must have confessed at one point in time.
Not
But then she wants
necessarily.
to
They
keep
could
the
be
mon-
accusing her though, Brent.
yeah, but then she wants to keep the money. Like,
Yeah, you have to add everything to the story. So
Oh, I have
she's-
to, whatever you said,
everything I'm saying,
I have to pick it.
basically.
See,
Yeah, let me say she confessed after she got interrogated.
All right, cool. What about Luton?
What, the child starting the fire with
Yeah.
the butter or something?
Mm-hmm.
Nah.
But the child wasn't smoking, you know. Took it from the parent.
Nah.
Okay.
okay. Yeah, I mean,
No. All right. Well.
I mean, I think I'm still going with the Luton. I'm sticking with the Luton one.
All right. Well, we'll jump right into it.
Please.
The Luton one is absolutely fake. Nothing to do with no kid. I don't even know the reason. To be fair, I just made that up. But yeah, people are talking about it could be electric car or something.
I think it was a diesel car.
Ah.
Can't remember. Something
Okay.
with a car.
Okay. Next thing we're gonna go into Bigfoot.
It's got to be fake, right?
Absolutely true.
Show me the footage.
I think Brent's gonna get it.
Show
up.
Right.
me the money.
So whilst Brent's talking about that, I'm gonna just talk about it quickly. Oh, there you go.
An elusive creature. Alright, just squat it down. An elusive
There
creature.
ain't no Bigfoot, man.
Alright, just squat it down.
I refuse to believe that's
Yeah, let me
Bigfoot.
see your camera. I'll do it.
That's not definitive evidence for me. That guy's busting case if he's in court right now.
That's it.
Yep. I'm gonna send you an article, Brent, so that you can see
Out
the
there in the
pictures.
wild.
There's a close up.
Yeah. Look at that.
Oh, that looks like AI, man. Nah, that looks like a terrible CGI. What are we talking
Nah,
All
it's
right,
just-
folks, let's dive into this. The
is oily
recent
skin.
Bigfoot footage that's been making waves online. This intriguing piece of footage comes straight from the beautiful, rugged terrains of Colorado.
Get out of it.
Shannon and Stetson Parker,
It's like the
a
face
couple
of
of
a woman.
adventurous souls, were soaking in the sights aboard a train chugging along from Durango to Silverton when their journey took a wild twist. As they were sitting comfortably in their seats, cruising through the beautiful Colorado wilderness, their eyes caught something odd. Amidst the vast expanses of nature, a strange figure emerged, strolling along a remote hillside. The Parkers were quick to grab their cameras, and another passenger rolled video, capturing what some people believe to be a Bigfoot. The date was October 8th, 2023. This does not appear to be your everyday hiker. The figure has a distinctive saunter that's more akin to something you'd see in other footage of alleged Bigfoots. It's covered in a thick coat of brown hair, blending seamlessly with the autumn backdrop, yet its upright stance sets it apart from the usual woodland critters, as it meanders through the tall grass. It occasionally squats, perhaps examining the terrain or maybe foraging. It's hard to tell from the distance, but every movement feels natural, unscripted. The terrain is a mix of grassy plains and
So Bigfoot decided to go and get a tan one day. These times, every time we hear about Bigfoot, it's in the forest somewhere, but he's in a. There's no trees next to the no.
Shrubs though. His skin is kind of camouflaged against the shrubs, isn't it?
I'm not hearing it.
It's probably a home to him.
That
innit?
is not big. Listen, that footage even looks shaky, suspicious. I'm not having it.
Okay, well, the last one is basically about Captain Sir Tom Moore's daughter. And that is absolutely true.
way.
Yeah, man. So apparently, she's confessed. Sorry, not apparently. She has confessed. She was in an interview, I think with Piers Morgan.
Really?
Yes. So she was talking about it, and she said that, she took 800 grand, man.
Times are hard. I needed 800 bags, etc.
But what she's saying that her father, he brought out 3 books, right? Captain Tom's Life's Lessons, 100 Steps, and he had an autobiography called Tomorrow Will Be a Good Day. And what the family is saying is that, when he made the books, he wanted the profits of the books to go to the family.
Okay.
His walk, where people were donating to charity, that was for charity. But the actual books that he brought out, that he wrote or whatever he did with it, the family's adamant that no, that was always intended to go to us.
So it didn't go to them.
No, that's why they've taken it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's why they're taking it. And so, But to be fair, they were also questioning about other things. So, because they were running a charity, which is called the Captain Tom Foundation, right? She was the CEO of that charity. But she was
Okay.
paying herself 85 grand a year.
Jesus.
Yes. So people are like, wait a minute. Granted, of course, it's a charity, it's a job. You know what I'm saying? But
Yeah,
85K? You know what I'm saying? All right, cool. Also, there was meant to be $18,000 that she made being a judge at an award ceremony, right? Which featured the charity's name. So obviously, she's a judge representing this particular charity. She got 18K. Apparently, only 2K went to the charity.
Boy, they're skimming off the top and then there's that, boy. That's not even, that's
Yeah.
just taking the whole milk. Leave something at the bottom. Just leave something at the bottom. Raw.
So yeah, man. This is what contributed to it. And she was in the interview and she was crying, innit? You know, they like to cry,
Oh,
innit? Yeah.
crocodile tears, man.
All
Get
them
out of
things
there,
there,
man.
innit? So, yeah, man, they got a nice house and they got spa in their house. They got a pool complex in their house.
Smart!
They got a nice house now,
Hey,
man.
I got a spy in my gym, bruv. In the house.
Yeah,
Nah, come on,
yeah.
man. Just run the money back, man.
They want to keep it all.
Yeah,
wanna keep
she's on banter still.
So, yeah, man, that's that situation, man.
Why do
But
people always flock to Piers Morgan to do these interviews as well?
But, who knows?
Like, why? Come on, man. And then she confessed and she wants to keep all the money. Boy,
There you go.
boy.
Yeah, that's it for Woke a Joke.
Ridiculous, man. This is the world we live in now. Pocket 800 bags. You want to keep the money. Yeah. Shout out to her, though.
Yeah, man. Let's go on to our last headlines. All right, guys. So our last headlines, according to a new study, they've warned that the AI industry as a whole, in fact, could consume as much energy as a country the size of Netherlands by 2027. Yeah, man. Many experts say that such research is speculative, as tech firms do not disclose enough data for an accurate prediction to be made. There's no question, though, that AI requires more powerful hardware than traditional computing tasks. And this particular study that was done by Alex de Vries, who's a PhD candidate at the VU, or the VU Amsterdam School of Business and Economics, is based on some parameters remaining unchanged, such as the rate at which AI is growing, the availability of AI chips, and servers continuing to work at full pelt all the time. So of course that is not the most accurate thing. But anyway, those were the parameters, right? By looking at the amount of these computers and how much they're expected to deliver by 2024, he was able to approximate a range for energy consumption of AI of about 85 to 134 terawatts per hour, or terawatt hours, right, of electricity each year. At the top end, that is roughly the amount of power used annually by a small country. So basically the size of Netherlands. Next headline, big trigger warning on this one, guys. And appeal judges have ruled that a man who was too young for jail after being found guilty of raping a 13-year-old schoolgirl should never have been convicted. The non-custodial sentence given earlier this year to Sean Hogg, who was found guilty in April of raping a child in a park, was widely condemned by figures like J.K. Rowling and was appealed by Scottish prosecutors. However, Lady Dorian, who's Scotland's second most senior judge, told the 22-year-old on Wednesday that he should never have been found guilty in the first place due to insufficient evidence. Hogg's lawyers had argued that the requirement for corroboration in the Scottish legal system had not been met. They successfully argued that the judge in the initial case, Lord Lake, had misdirected the jury, and there was not to be a retrial. Lord Lake had told the jury that the alleged victim's evidence could be corroborated by the account of a witness who said that he had seen her distressed following an incident. This is what the court heard. However, Donald Finlay, who was a KC representing Hogg, had said that this did not amount to corroboration of an allegation of rape and that the jury should never have been told this in the first place, because this then led to what he calls a very significant miscarriage of justice. The appeal judges said that they agreed with the submissions that had been made to them by Mr. Finlay. Lady Dorian, who sat with her colleagues, Lord Matthews and Lord Pentland, said that for the reasons given in the written appeal, the appeal must succeed. There was an insufficiency of evidence for a conviction, and the inevitable result of the appeal must be acquittal. The case had caused major scrutiny of sentencing guidelines in Scotland, which state that criminals aged under 25 should be treated more leniently by the courts, in part because of their brains not being fully developed. And the last headline, Brent and Rich spoke on it briefly, and this is about Jada Pinkett and Will Smith, man.
Right.
Apparently, Jada Pinkett Smith has revealed in a new interview that she and her husband, Will Smith, have been separated since 2016. So though the actors were living completely separate lives for the 7 years, they were not ready to publicly confirm the news before that, right? But obviously, she's now confessed this to NBC. By the time they separated, she said that they were exhausted with trying. The pair still live separately, but do not plan on divorcing. Pinkett Smith, who's 52, told NBC that she had promised herself that she and Will Smith, 55, would never get a divorce, and said that she has not been able to break that promise. She also said, I think we were both kind of just still stuck in our fantasy of what we thought the other person should be. The interview came ahead of the release of Jada Pinkett Smith's memoir, Worthy, next week. The couple made headlines last year, as you guys know, when Will Smith stormed the stage at the Oscars and slapped Chris Rock, yelling, "Keep my name out of your expletive mouth," right?
Never gonna live that down, you know.
It's a damn shame. The incident came after Rock made a joke about Pinkett Smith being bald. The actress suffers from alopecia, which is a condition which causes hair loss. Obviously, he didn't know about it. In a separate interview, Jada Pinkett Smith told People, which is the magazine or whatever, that she initially thought it was part of a planned joke. She thought everything was a joke at first, right? She said, it wasn't until Will Smith started walking back to his chair that I realized this wasn't a skit. She said, I'm going to be by his side, but also allow him to have to figure this out for himself. Can you imagine? Figure this out by himself.
After you put the battery in man's back.
This is what these people do, you know. There was speculation about the couple's marriage in 2020 when the pair went on the Pinkett Smith's Facebook show, Red Table Talk, and discussed their entanglement, her entanglement, pardon me, with August Alsina. And that's it for the headlines. It's time to get into our outro, man.
That's wild, man.
All right, people. Nice, brief, straight to the point show. Tomorrow we're going to have more of a reaction for you. But for today, thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you to our guest/family member, Rich, in the building. You know what I mean? Always coming in. and doing his thing. Thanks to, again, you guys for tuning in. Thanks to all those who are going to tune in later and watch the show. Listen to the show on Spotify and Apple, whatever, all the other platforms out there. Remember, guys, you can send your voice notes and text messages to our number 07564 841 073. 07564 841 073. Send us voice notes. You can email us as well at thedayafter@thenewblack.com. Black, BLXCK. You should have known that by now, to be fair. But yeah, man, appreciate you all, man. And we'll be here tomorrow. We're to give you some more information, man.
More information, more jokes, more chatter, more learning. All of
This
that
is
stuff.
it, man. Stay blessed, people. Peace.
Peace.